That's game audio. That's you audio. That's me audio.
Ooh. Sounding a little clear.
Yeah, I'm messing with the equalizer.
Alright, you got your thing on, so let me mute this.
Alright, and I'm going to want you to talk too because I need to make sure that you're coming through clearly as well.
Hang on.
Alright. I mean, I've got an audio, a monitor running so I can kind of get an idea what we're going to sound like. But I'm not 100% sure. I just want to make sure that this is clear enough.
From what I'm hearing on the other side, it's not me.
What? It sounded like it picked you up.
Hang on.
I just want to make sure that you're louder than the game, but not like super loud.
Hang on, I had to meet you for a second.
All right, that's fine.
Okay, testing. I can only hear you through the Twitch stream, so here's hoping this works out.
All right. How do you sound?
Talk for a bit.
Blah 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 blah. I guess
Game sounds good. You sound good.
Yeah. So are we louder than?
How do I sound?
You sound pretty good, but when you hear yourself, do you sound too loud or do you sound just right, or should I lower your volume a little bit?
Let me try something. I'm gonna try talking from all the way out here. And then up close. My mouth is literally next to the mic.
Okay. I mean, even then you don't sound super loud.
Maybe lower me a bit and see how that works.
Alright, speak again.
Testing 1 2, sibilance.
Try again.
Testing 1 2 3, testing from all the way back here.
Okay.
Leaning closer. Mouth to the microphone.
Alright, so
Maybe I should just talk like this from now on.
does that sound good?
Testing again. Testing from base distance. Actually, that sounds really good. I like that level.
Alright, what about me? Am I at a good level, or
I can raise my voice and not sound obnoxious.
What about me? Should I lower my volume or should I keep it where it is?
You actually sound really great.
Awesome.
And the game, thankfully, is not overlapping you, which is great.
Oh, good. Alright, now to do another experiment. So this is just a little added bonus feature of this this little mixer. So I can add in music over Bluetooth from my phone. So obviously
Music?
I wouldn't...
What kind of music?
Any music. So obviously I wouldn't do this during an actual game. This would be what I would be using when I'm doing the intro sequence where we're waiting for the stream to start. Like basically it starts like this. And then I could just back off of it as the stream comes in and then kick up the microphone audio.
Uh-huh.
Or if I wanted to, I could have this, and I could just have that instead of the...
There you go.
That, and I could get some soundboards and hook them into this thing too.
Is that new?
What?
Your new soundboard.
Oh, well, no, I mean like a soundboard, like I
Or
could
have you had
like
it for a while?
Duke Nukem stuff or fart noises or something.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anyway, so let's do a stream of Phantasy Star, and then we'll record it, put it on YouTube, and then see how the final product sounds, and see if we get some good feedback on it. So, hello everybody. Surprise, we're doing a stream on Tuesday. I know we started at a very weird time. It's because this is mostly just to test our new audio equipment to see if we could get better audio, because on Saturday our audio was kind of abysmal. That was my fault completely. My apologies. So,
hey, buddy, not to interrupt you, but you may want to turn the game down just a little bit.
Okay, got it. So that's this one. So I'll drop the volume of the game down just a little. All right, yeah. So, where was I? Ah, yes. So on Saturday, the game volume was being. I think the game volume was actually overshadowing my talking, and then I had the Discord volume really, really loud. So I've got everything running through a Maker Heart Just Mixer 5 that I bought off of Amazon. At first I was getting some really bad hissing from it, but it was because I was using really crappy cable, so I just went out to Walmart and picked up some better cables. Monster brand. They actually sound great. They don't have any hissing whatsoever. So anyway, we're gonna play some Phantasy Star here. So good old Candid Camsy is on with me again. Tomorrow night he's going to be doing his own stream. Camsy, why don't you tell us what you're going to be
Thursday
streaming
night,
tomorrow?
not tomorrow night.
Oh, I'm sorry, Thursday night. So what are you going to be streaming on Thursday?
Well, I thought I'd start things fresh with Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Yeah, that game gives me gas.
Hang on, let me switch over to Discord. I can hear myself in the background.
All right, yeah, do that. And you're going to be playing the Japanese version or the English version?
Alright, I'm back. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me?
I sure can. I might give you a little bit more volume. There. So I was
Anyway, hello
you...
everybody that may be watching. I'm Candid Camsy. I'm gonna have my own stream with my partner in crime here, the true King of Space.
Yeah.
And look at his fleet, just flying over Earth. Not a care in the world.
Yeah, whoever that other guy is, he's not the King of Space. See, my mom told me I was the King of Space, so this other guy can't possibly be.
Very nice.
But anyway, so this was
the game that introduced me to online gaming on consoles.
Oh,
but
really?
I could not for the life of me find a dial-up modem for the GameCube, no matter how hard I tried.
Awesome. Yeah, it was quite the challenge. On the Dreamcast, of course, the Dreamcast came with a dial-up modem, and you could buy a broadband adapter for it as well, but those were very hard to find as well. And then, of course, when it came on the GameCube, which is my preferred way to play it, unfortunately I don't have a copy of it on the GameCube at the moment, that it really took off there. But anyway, let's actually get into it. So, this is definitely one of my favorite games. Probably my favorite online MMO game. I've been trying to get into PSO2, but it just doesn't really hit me the same way that the original did. So now we get to see how awesome the Dreamcast is at reading discs. Because this, like right now you can't hear it probably, but the Dreamcast is struggling to read a disc right now. So that it can give me the choices for faces and stuff. And then every time I change the face, it's going to take it a couple of moments to actually load in the new face. I'm picking a Force because, well, Force is rule, and they're probably one of the harder classes to play in the game because it's all about doing massive amounts of damage but being a glass cannon. I'm sure everyone understands what the term glass cannon means.
And in case you don't, that basically means that they are very strong in one aspect while being extremely weak to physical attacks.
Yep. So force will go down in just a couple of hits, unfortunately. But speedrunners tend to use forces because of the fact that they can plow through enemies really fast, but you have to be careful with them, unfortunately. Unfortunately, there are very few costumes to pick from. They're pretty much all just different colors of the same one. In fact, I probably should have just stuck with the black one.
I'm kind of bummed to hear that you didn't like PSO2 as much. Would you be opposed to playing it once it comes out on PC?
Oh, I would absolutely be willing to.
For sure. As a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, I keep getting perks every month for that game, like extra costumes, extra monies, cosmetic stuff.
Yeah, I will.
And it may as well motivate me to start playing it.
Yeah, I will for sure play it some more at that point. Right now, though, I've just kind of had my fill of it.
I see.
There, that'll work. Although I hate that Kiss makeup they have there.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I know. I just wish.
Just a little purple splat. Ooh.
That's not really any better. And that's worse. Now it just looked like a shogi dancer.
I was gonna say, picked up a kabuki mask.
Alright, gotta make her super white. Let's see. Short
And super stout. And short.
A dwarf. God, I hate that face.
What shall you name me, master?
Yeah, we'll go with Little Hood.
Very nice.
Here, let's switch back to the one that has this stupid Kiss makeup, because it looks better than Stretch Face McGee there.
You'll just get Stretch Kiss. I'm just saying.
Maybe. Yeah, that still looks really stupid, but whatever.
Oh, I think the bigger eyes make it look a little better. Ooh. Clown! There you go!
Nope.
Make her look like Harley Quinn.
Gross.
Gross.
I think I just need to adjust the proportions a little bit so that the face doesn't look so stupid. Actually, there might not be a way to do that. I think the face is just wide. Yeah, whatever.
Right, so begins the journey of Little Hitler.
Yeah, the
Fantasy
that
Star
was-
Hotline. Do you happen to know if there are any what am I thinking of? Servers that might be running from people?
They're definitely private servers. They're just... I would have to get a broadband adapter to use it.
Aha. Yeah, that's right.
There are ways that you can make the dial-up adapter work, but it requires setting up essentially like a Raspberry Pi that acts like a dial-up internet service, which is kind of weird.
Reminds me of when my parents got a little dongle that would connect a dial-up modem to a broadband adapter, and you'd still have to dial up to the service they provided. But what's the point? You might as well invest in broadband or Wi-Fi at that point.
You said dongle. Oh shit, I don't have enough for Rosetta or Resto or Sunday. I guess I better just go kill some things and I'll come back. Although, what sucks is that like these things actually change every time you come in here.
That's right.
So I might actually. How many do I have of each? I have 4 of each. So how much do these each sell for?
6?
They
Oh,
sell
or
for
to sell,
300
not to
each?
buy.
Oh, they only sell for 6. Damn.
You buy for 6 and you sell for 6. Alright.
Well, crap. Can I sell my frame? That's not gonna help me. Damn it, I'm just gonna have to deal with the fact that I don't have enough money to buy Resta.
Well, you just started, so you may as well start slashing some monsters open and get their money.
Yeah, but having Resta is important, especially for a force. So for those of you who are not in the know, Resta is the cure spell, or the healing spell, of Phantasy Star, the Phantasy Star universe. And as such, it is very, very important.
This takes me back.
Unfortunately, as a little magic lolly named Little Hitler, all we have is a big stick. So hitting things with this big stick doesn't do a whole lot of damage. However, that actually increases our magic damage that we're able to do. So we only start with the basic fire magic spell. But it should make pretty quick work of these guys because their weakness is fire. You can actually tell based on the color of the targeting reticle on them. That actually betrays what their weakness is. Because as you can see, down at the bottom I have yellow, red, and blue color indicators on my different actions I can do. And all of those relate to the different buttons on the Dreamcast controller. So because their little indicator is blue, it's actually telling me that they're weak to fire. At least I think that's how it works. So this game definitely is not quite as involved as like Phantasy Star 2. You just kind of kite them around. Like you can't do dodge rolls, you can't jump, and your weapon attacks are methodically. Oh shit! I missed. Your all of your attacks and stuff are suspect timing. Like you can't just go swinging your weapon willy nilly. There's a pattern to attacking. Like if I just mash the A button, I'm not gonna do anything but attack once. You gotta go like whack, whack, whack.
Same goes for the human male hunters, which I've always played, because he had the lightsaber.
Yeah, eventually a force can equip a saber too, but our stats start really low, so we don't have a power stat that's high enough to equip a saber yet. But we do have a high enough magic stat to equip the wand and, of course, the spells. And as you can see,
you're plowing through them real quick.
Yeah, that's why I love using force, because normally you'd be swinging a shit ton with a saber trying to kill them.
Story of my life.
And of course you can also do heavy attacks by using that other attack button there. But the timing of that is a little bit different too. There, I beat him to death with a stick. So we'll just pop a mono fluid. So mono fluids recover your magic, and monomates bring back your health. So once I get Resta, I'm not going to have to worry too much about the health too much. So let's see what I got. So I got a frame, so this is a better equipment than I have currently. Another fun thing is that your armor can have slots. So this one has no slots in it, but because it's green, that means it's a little bit better. Also, as you can see, it increases my resistances. So it increases my resistance to fire and dark, which is very handy. In fact, in one of the last fights of the game, you absolutely have to have a high light absorption, otherwise the boss will actually one-shot kill you. You remember that?
Wow.
Fighting Dark Falls, and you get hard, and it starts... You get to that third form, and it just wipes the floor with you.
Yeah, all too well. I could not figure out for the life of me how to get rid of him.
Man, I absolutely have to. I think I'll probably go on Amazon after this and see if I can find a copy of Phantasy Star for the GameCube. Because unfortunately, I had it, but well, my old self used to sell stuff a lot, so unfortunately, I sold it off. And what would be cool is like, so because you still have your copy, right? We could actually either get broadband adapters if we can find them, or something, and then we could actually go online and play this.
If only.
Something I was reading, actually, apparently because the Wii just had that massive hack done to it because of the leaked information. Ooh. They
Level up.
River up! So, there was actually a leak of the Wii's signing keys and the shop, or not the shop, but the Wii menu. So apparently people are actually going to be able to do hacks now where you could play GameCube games and actually use the built-in wireless connection of the Wii to be able to connect to the broadband connection instead of having to have a GameCube with the broadband adapter installed.
The Wii or the Wii U?
The Wii.
Ah.
Because the Wii U doesn't have GameCube backwards compatibility, I don't believe.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, I think I told you about this on Saturday, but I actually paid someone on Fiverr to make a Twitch avatar for me, and it looks freaking badass. I mean, it's not really badass because I told them I wanted to look like the King of Space with the doofy expression and everything. So,
okay.
Yeah. It just looks so fantastic. I can't wait to put it on. I just got to figure out how to use it best.
My very first stream will be considered a pitch pilot, so you'll pretty much see everything as basic as it pretty much gets. But I'm hoping to, at some point, find some logo maker, some brand company logo maker to make a logo for me.
Yeah, that's what this guy does. I think at minimum he charges $20, and then prices go up from there, and you can pick different stuff that he can make for you.
The one I was looking at, it had this option for copyright protection. Pretty much all the intellectual property goes to you, but it costs $120. And once you get the logo, nobody else can buy it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I have some protection with mine because who's gonna want their logo to look like this doofy nerd guy?
Well, then I guess you'll have to refer him to me there, buddy.
Yeah, I might just do that. But yeah, this audio mixer is definitely worth the cost for sure. I would highly recommend getting one, and then I can help you set it up. It's got 5 inputs on it, and right now I'm just using 3 of them. Technically 4 if you count that Bluetooth connection. Ooh, a shield. That's good.
So an interesting fun fact about this particular level, I remember reading about it on Nintendo Power when I was a subscriber. Yes, a Sega game being featured on Nintendo Power. Imagine that. Anyway, they recommended that you would not face the boss until you get to level 5. Would you agree with that?
Oh, for sure. The first boss will absolutely trash you.
Or maybe a little higher.
Yeah, the first boss can trash you real bad if you're not careful.
I remember.
Let's see. So there's another important thing here too. So all your weapons have an effectiveness on the different types of monsters. So native is what we're fighting right now. A is Altered Beast, that's the next part, the caves. Then the mines are Machine, and Dark is when you're in the ruins. So, and down there you can see the requirement for using it. So as you can see, I'm close to being able to use a handgun, and I'm nowhere close to being able to use a saber. But I'm going to show you how you can fix that. So, you got this...
Life hacks.
Huh?
Life hacks on Phantasy Star Online.
Well, more like mag hacks. So
Proceed.
this little buddy is our mag. He kind of looks like a little flashlight floating above your shoulder. So what you do is you can feed him stuff, and that will level up all of his different abilities to let you equip better stuff. So if I feed him anti-paralysis, for example, that is going to increase his dexterity, I believe. Yeah, it increases his dexterity a lot. If I feed monomates to it, it increases my power a lot. So if I want to be able to use a sword faster, I would want to feed it monomates. So as you can see, you have those numbers next to it, so it's kind of weird. So with defense and power, your stat gets doubled for each level that you have in that. So like when power goes up, you actually gain 2 points in that instead of just 1. And then same with def, but then with dex and mind, when you level those up for some reason, those you get half. So you have to get 2 levels of dex in order to get 1 point of dex added, and 2 points of mind to get higher mind. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's okay. We actually have a lot of stuff we can sell now, so that we can. Let's go back to town and see if we can buy any new magic, because I'm getting tired of burning things. So yeah,
if only Destiny had this kind of interactivity, feeding ghost items. Imagine that.
That would be nice. I've actually felt for a long time that Destiny actually has a lot in common with this game.
Yeah, it does. It's got a hub you can go to, multiple missions, side quests, a bunch, online interactivity.
Well, not just that, but like
weapons you can buy, weapons you can fuse.
Well, like the thing that I find the most similar is the way that you have all of the different the drops, how they're color coded.
Ah,
like
that's
you got
true.
the white, green, blue,
about
purple, and yellow. So here the rare drops are like a red box. I'm not sure if it's the same way here in version 2. I know in the GameCube it was. Let's see.
By the way, congratulations to the Titan class for winning the Guardian games.
Oh, they did?
They did.
Yeah. Fuck.
Well, getting the most medals, that is. It's considered the Olympics.
Oh, cool. Okay, so here we can get Zonde, which that's not to be confused with, that guy who wrote the Chocolate Rain song. And then we have Barda, which is ice magic. Unfortunately, I don't have enough to get ice magic yet.
May as well just work with what you have and grind for a bit, and then come right back.
Yeah, because if I sell the saber or the handgun, I won't have a saber or a handgun anymore. Unfortunately. So let's go ahead and we'll pop that tech there. So now here's what you do to get that magic somewhere where you can use it. So you go to customize, and then you put it on one of these buttons. So I'm going to put it right here, nice and color coded there with yellow. In fact, I'm going to put my fire spell here instead of over there. And then I'm going to put the monomates. Actually, no, I'll put monofluids here so that I can recover my magic points fairly easily. So there, we got some new powers and stuff, and that's what makes this game really addicting. So for one thing, your spells actually, they don't just get stronger as you get higher levels of them. They actually change. Like for example, Rafoe, which is your like super duper powerful fire attack that just causes this massive explosion. That explosion actually gets bigger the more you level it up. And your ice spell, if I'm not mistaken, actually goes further the more you level it up. Something else we definitely need to work on here, on our respective channels. Like, I think that maybe when you're on, I'll be the person to be watching the chat to tell you if people are typing stuff so that you can respond. And maybe you can do the same thing for me on Saturdays.
Oh, sure.
Because that's something...
But I thought there'd be a way you can actually read the chat while you're playing the game.
Yeah, maybe I could. Maybe I could just log into Twitch with the...
No, I can definitely help you out on that front.
Because I could always have it right in front of me, like on my laptop or an iPad or something. I just don't... I would like to keep it to where I can actually stand up and move around if I need to. Right,
Sure.
so this shield's no better than what we already have. So now we're going to introduce this doggy here to some lightning. So I just want to test my theory. Oh, killed him too fast. Never mind. I was actually going to see if I was doing more damage with one over the other. Alright, so lightning does 24, fire does 28. So lightning is actually really handy because it will just hit no matter where they are and it hits instantly. Whereas with fire, you have to aim it. So lightning really helps when you have a bunch of airborne enemies. And later on, you'll actually get a spell that will basically shock everything on the screen with lightning. And that's just super awesome when you're dealing with just a bunch of enemies converging on your position. Oops. Ow. Yeah, I am definitely a glass cannon. These dogs are about to kill me if I'm not careful. That's okay though, I do more damage than them. Oops, I just set that wall on fire. And these dogs get sad when you kill the blue dog. We'll just call him the up. We'll call him the up dog. I was hoping you were gonna say "What's up, dog?" So I could be like, "Nothing much. What about you?" And these are a perennial favorite among Phantasy Star fans. They're Rappy, a little blue bird that likes to peck you in the crotch. Rappies are a monster that probably got me into this series because when I first heard about this game, it was because my friend EJ told me, hey, there's this game you can play where you can kill penguins, and something about that just seemed really freaking weird. So I was like, okay, let's kill penguins. And I wanted to shock them because when they're running away, if you shock them while they're running, they drop things. Oftentimes pretty good things. Man, I want to get a copy of episode 3 also, because I need to play through that again.
Card Revolution?
Yeah, I love that game. You know, there's a lot you can do to cheat in that game. Like, if you just want to get good cards, you can just put yourself up against a computer opponent. Or no, not a computer opponent. Against a real opponent. And just have the other character do nothing. And then you just get really awesome drops at the end of it. There we go. We got some new swords there.
If I'm not mistaken, Episode 1 and 2 and Card Revolution were pretty much the only games to support online play on the GameCube, was it not?
And Mario Kart. Although technically Mario Kart was local LAN.
Yeah, LAN.
But
I've always wanted to try that, by the way.
Oh, me too.
8-player Mario Kart.
Yeah, people did create something called, I think they called it the Star Road for it, where it was essentially a program that you'd run on your computer, and then you would hook your GameCube up to it, and then you could play with other people, and your computer basically acted as a lobby of sorts.
But then again, we have the convenience of technology today and can play Mario Kart 8 easily with 8 people.
Yeah, but it's not Double Dash. Double Dash...
It's not Double Dash, unfortunately.
Yeah, Double Dash is definitely a very different game.
It sure was. And you could have 2 people ride the same cart.
Yeah.
A little stratagem.
I wish they would bring that feature back. That was really fun.
Yeah, Double Dash mode? That'd be cool.
Or maybe they could bring it back and call it Quadruple Dash, and you could have 4 people doing different things.
That'd be a really busy experience.
Yeah, but like you could have somebody like doing items, you could have somebody helping to power slide. I don't know what the 4th person would do.
There we go. I'm hosting you on my channel, so hopefully people will take notice.
Did you make your own, or did you make a new, like a Facebook profile and a Twitter profile for your streaming?
I haven't, but I suppose I could.
Yeah, you should for sure.
Because I'm not really doing a character. It's me.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be a character. I'm just saying it's generally a good idea to separate your streaming thing from your social media. I mean, for one thing, like if you let's say you did something on your stream that was, uncouth, it wouldn't necessarily make it back to your social media account, and if you did the reverse, it wouldn't necessarily affect your streaming. I don't know. It's just better to keep business and pleasure separate.
Very true.
Hold on a sec. Ah, yes. So, -10. We don't want that. We can sell our extra thing now. So this handgun is just a regular handgun. This handgun is a green handgun. I can tell without seeing it green. Alright, so let's see if they have some good magic for us. Oh, thank God they have Resta, but we can't afford it. Alright, I am willing to sacrifice this saber to get Resta. Because we need Resta. We need Resta big time. Awesome, so now we're going to customize. So instead of having monofluids here, we will have Resta. So now we can heal ourselves at a moment's notice. Also, I'm kind of curious to see what they're selling as far as weapons go. So our next level up that we want to get here, as far as weapons goes, we really want to get a wand. Because right now we have a cane, and wand actually increases our magic attack power. So in fact, let's sell... I don't know if that's really going to help that much. That's only going to give us 100. We need 200 again. Alright, well hopefully we'll get some money. What other Dreamcast games had online support? Because I know that there were, like, I remember Sonic Adventures, day one, you were able to dial up and download stuff for it.
I know Sonic Adventure back in the day had some seasonal stuff going on. They would do cross promotions with Jet Set and Space Channel 5 and all that.
So there's a good question. So
it's not much, but it was pretty cool.
With with the Japanese version of Jet Set Radio, because there's Jet Set Radio in Japan and Jet Grind Radio here, right? For some reason.
I think that's right. I never could figure out why they did that.
Yeah, I think there's probably something that sounded similar that they didn't want to get sued by. So in any case, I seem to remember that in the Japanese version you could actually connect to the internet and download a JPEG and use that as your graffiti in the original Jet Set Radio.
That's so cool.
I just don't remember if you could do that with the American one or not.
I never really played it much back in its heyday, so I don't know for sure.
I'm guessing you played more Jet Set Radio Future.
I never actually got a chance to play that either. Not until it was finally released on modern consoles and Steam.
Because the original got released on Steam and stuff, but Jet Set Radio Future didn't. So that was Xbox only.
I could have sworn it was a port. Let me check real quick.
Did that game ever make it to Xbox Live? Or the backwards compatibility?
I will look that up real quick.
Because, man, if it did, I need to get that and stream that. Jet Set Radio Future is fantastic. Oh, it is?
That'd be cool. Oh, yeah. Let me look it up. I was agreeing with you.
Roger that.
Games, console games, backwards compatible. Text list. Alright, give it to me. Survey says yes!
Ooh, nice.
Jet Set Radio is backwards compatible.
And how much is it?
It is available for $9.99.
Nice, that's not even expensive. I will have to invest in that. Alright, so let me show you one of the most annoying things about this game, especially in the Dreamcast versions. So this stupid log here is something that you need to unlock the ruins to get into Fight Dark Falls. So notice I can't activate it or anything like that. So in the Dreamcast versions, once you get to the ruins, you have to go and revisit all the areas so that you can get this and turn it on. And every time you go into the levels, it's in a different place, so you can't really know exactly where it is or where it's going to be. So in the GameCube version, they at least had the kindness to let us activate them as we find them instead of waiting. Which sucks. Well, it sucks for this version. Oops. Come on, die Booma. Or go Booma. They should have an okay Booma.
List of Dreamcast online games. Jet Grind Radio for sure. Some Choo Choo Rocket.
Oh, Choo Choo Rocket was like pretty much the game that they gave you for free when you signed up with SegaNet or something like that, I remember.
Let's see. Ooh, I had no idea Unreal Tournament had a Dreamcast port.
Yeah, there's a Quake 3 port as well.
I see it. Daytona USA, Capcom versus SNK 2. San Francisco Rush 2049.
Yeah, you know, with how crappy
Worms, tennis, baseball, basketball, football, blah, blah, blah.
With how bad the disk drive is on this thing, I'm probably gonna end up having to invest in one of those drive emulators, like I was telling you about, like the Terra Onion. I mean Sega, not because I don't want to pay for your game, but only because the system's old, bro.
It's getting old.
Yeah.
It's falling apart.
Yeah, if you would give me an alternative, like, I don't know, like a Dreamcast Mini or
The Dreamcast 2.
Or Dreamcast
Come on.
2, you know, make me and Nathan Barnett really happy.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, maybe just re-release the original Phantasy Star on the Switch, and then I could play it on the go, and I would be happy.
Come on, Sega.
Yeah,
Get to it.
Get with it. Get with it, game developers. What's up with these wall grenades? You think they'd explode a little bit bigger? What a bunch of poopy dicks. I heard that when you die, you take a dump. So I dug up a grave, and it was better than this game.
Are the orange drops rare?
The orange drops are weapons.
Okay. It's been a long time since I last played PSO, so...
So one thing we're looking for with these frames that are dropping is we're looking for one with slots. Because those slots let us slot materials into them that make us stronger. And in some cases faster. One of the best things in the game, there is a material that you can slot into your armor that's called Angel Speed, or no, Godspeed, I'm sorry. And Godspeed basically it lets you attack faster. Like, now I have to go womp, 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 but it lets you go like womp, womp, womp instead. But yeah, there's all kinds of different materials. In fact, like, I think it's like Angel Light is the one I'm thinking of. You need that one if you're going to remotely stand a chance against Dark Falls. Now I'm out of magic, so I'm kind of screwed. Because I should have probably been spending my money on mana fluids to keep myself magicked up, but, well, I wanted more power, so now I'm paying the price. Because now I either need to die or just try to deal with these guys and not die.
Glass cannon she is. Two more hits and you're done for.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you die, you actually drop your money.
I remember, yeah.
But you can actually go and deposit it in the bank to keep it. In fact, I probably should have done that in hindsight.
You can handle these guys.
Maybe. I do have mana mates, so I can always heal myself if I need to.
Oh, that's right. You don't have any magic, and you've run out of mono fluids.
Yeah, this is what I get for naming myself Little Hitler. So, the only thing I didn't like about this game, but it's kind of a thing of its time, and it's actually, I want to say it's one of the things that made me love the game even more, is all of your weapons that you get. Like when I get the upgraded version of the cane, which I think it's called a scepter, it looks exactly the same. The little gem that's in it's just a different color. It's blue instead of green. So all the weapon types for the most part look exactly the same as their lower level counterparts, with the exception of the color. But the rare weapons are the ones that actually look different. So, yeah, they actually have their own individual models, and that's one of the things that was exciting about this game, because at the time, even though we had the internet, we didn't really have a lot of gaming sites that would kind of spill the beans on these kind of things. So, when you play through this game the first time without knowing, like when you get the hard difficulty and you start seeing rare drops, you start getting items that, like red boxes essentially, that look nothing like anything you've picked up ever before. Although a lot of the regular oh shit, that's a purple one.
Giga Boomer.
Yeah, Giga Boomer.
On a side note, their names are very similar to certain enemies from Mario Brothers.
Oh yeah, they really are. Kind of like a Goomba.
You said it. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not doing too hot here. I'm hoping that something drops a telepipe.
Yeah, that's what I used to do when I'm desperate. I would circle around them. I'd ring around the Rosian so he wouldn't get me.
You missed.
Besides PSO, what was your favorite game on the Dreamcast?
Either. So I love Jet Set Radio a lot. Besides that, Soul Calibur probably.
Oh heck yeah.
I was also, as much as people hated the game, I really liked. What was it called? It was like a beat 'em up game, kind of like Dynamite Cop, except it had zombies in it.
Fighting Force?
No.
No. I know what you're talking about though. You see it in arcades too.
I'm gonna die. It was definitely a Sega game.
Oh, nearly escaped with your life.
Yeah, and now I've got more shit to deal with. So
you may as well retreat.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna. And of course, when I break these boxes, more stuff is gonna spawn. Moon Atomizer is not gonna help me. That's for bringing other people back to life. But maybe I can feed my mag and get something that sucks a little bit less as a weapon. I have nothing to feed it.
Ill Bleed?
No, it wasn't that game.
Okay, then was it Blue Stinger?
Blue Stinger. No, it was a Sega branded zombie game, but it was like a fighting game, like not versus, but like like Streets of Rage almost
beat 'em
in
up.
3D. Yeah.
I'm looking through the list here.
Murder me. Act as a telepipe made of blood, or just die. That works too. Oh look, even though he's a blue dog, he still got sad when his friend died.
Sort by developer. Let's narrow this thing
I
down.
want to say that it even had zombie in the title.
Zombie Revenge?
Yes, that one.
I do remember seeing it in the arcade.
Yeah, that game was fun, and I'm dead.
I can say it's so bad that it's great. I love playing it.
I just remember I had a demo disc of it from the Dreamcast magazine, and it was a fantastic game. All right, so
Are you okay, little Hitler? You had a rough time. Please be more careful.
999.
999.
Yeah, you drop all your money. Yeah, we'll just pretend that little Hitler is Hitler reincarnated as a lolly, and now she has to endure all kinds of death and punishment because Hitler was a bad person.
But this reincarnation of Hitler didn't do anything.
Yet. Yeah, just to be clear, folks, we don't encourage like hatred and stuff. This is just a joke.
No, not at all.
Hitler absolutely did everything wrong. Oh, I can't. So even though I can buy a wand, I can't even equip it yet. Ah, so look at that. So that word in front of it, draw, that means it's got a special ability. So this one can steal 5% of enemy hit points with a special attack, but that attack usually misses.
A drain.
So I really want to buy this, but at the same time,
It's double the amount you have.
Yeah, I'd rather spend it and get ice magic, and maybe a telepoop if I can. No, I don't have enough money for a telepoop.
I haven't paid attention, but did they have any healing spells?
I bought one already.
Okay.
I bought Resta, but I wasn't able to use it because I was out of magic. But now we have Barda, which is a really awesome ice spell that hits everything in its path.
I found it interesting on your pause menu that it's keeping track of your internet time, even though you're not online.
Oh, so... Man, back then, so the company Swatch, I don't know if they still make watches or not, they had invented this special concept of internet time, which was basically just a universal time. So you could say, you know, hey friendo, meet me on the internet at 86, you know, internet time, and then they would use like an app or not an app, but like a web page in this to meet up with you. It was easier than saying meet me here at such and such Central Standard Time. But it didn't really catch on, but it definitely got used in the Phantasy Star games a lot.
I guess they tried to simplify getting people together on different parts of the server. I mean, it can only handle so much on one specific time.
Yeah, well, so here's the funny thing about Phantasy Star Online. So the only part of this game that actually uses Sega servers is the lobby. Like when you're in the ships and you're creating rooms and stuff, all the server does is it lists all of those rooms.
Where you left them.
Yeah. So it just lists all. And one shot, he's dead. So.
Oh.
You list.
That's what you get.
Yep. And I think I got my money back. I sure did. So all it does is list your rooms that you have, and it lists like all the players and stuff. That's it. So really, all you. Well, okay. So the game itself, like we're playing right now, if I had other people, the game would actually be peer-to-peer. Like basically, whoever has the fastest internet connection would be the person that's hosting the game. So their servers actually didn't get taxed all that much. In fact, that money that you're paying for their internet service for this game was literally just for the servers to have those lobbies, which is kind of a rip-off if you think about it. But I guess at the same time, it costs money to have a server dedicated to anything, especially back in yield days of dial-up.
Oh yes. I forgot to mention that it also had an Xbox port as well. So not only did you have to pay for a subscription there, you also had to have an active Xbox Live subscription too.
Yeah, and that sucked.
That was definitely a hurdle to get across.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, the Xbox version had something that none of the others had.
What did they have?
Voice filters. And voice chat.
Yes,
yeah,
he certainly did.
Like, I remember me and this other guy used to play, and I mean, back in the old days of the internet, people didn't know the rules of the internet. Like, for example, that there are no girls on the internet, just guys pretend to be girls. So one of the things that we used to do a lot was we would essentially put on the voice filter that made it sound like we were actually a girl, and then basically all the rare drops were ours. Because
you used to play on OG Xbox Live?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was I miss old Xbox.
Back in the days when trash talk was encouraged, but nowadays you could get in prison for it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really been a fan of trash talk personally. But,
me neither.
I mean, it's all about like who's actually playing and who. If somebody wants that, I feel like online games tend to be a little more smooth when people are actually nice to each other and people aren't just being dicks to each other unnecessarily. Oh god,
that and the fact that most people just tend to concentrate on what they're doing.
Yeah, and a lot of players just tend to be a 12-year-old just being like the only insult that they know is, "Oh my god, you're so gay," or whatever. It's like, okay,
oh yeah,
cool. Like, if you're gonna come up with an insult, at least say something interesting. Now, I will say something I do like about the new Phantasy Star Online 2 compared to this one. So in the new Phantasy Star Online, no matter what race you are, you can actually change what your actual class is. So you can be, for example, a force like I am, but you can actually be a brawly force, one that fights with swords and stuff instead of one that uses canes and magic. And you can actually subclass so that you can borrow some of the abilities from that class. But as far as I can tell, you can't use the weapons from both classes, I don't think.
Okay, Booma.
So, you do know that the PC version of Phantasy Star Online 2 is going to be, like, your characters are going to be able to be used between all the different versions, right?
Are they?
Yeah. So
that's excellent.
Yeah, so
that is great news.
Yeah, so you could actually start playing on the Xbox One and then migrate over to the PC.
Oh, heck to the yes, man. Or I could just interchangeably play between the two, if it'll allow me.
Yeah, I mean, in some cases I like the simplicity of a console. For a game like that, I absolutely do. But at the same time, I don't like paying the monthly subscription rate to have an Xbox Live account when I only use it for one game, and I'm dead again.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you drop your weapon too.
Darn.
So let me tell you, when I was playing the original on dial-up back in the 90s, so I got my very first rare, which was this flamethrower called the Flame Visit, and it was really cool because it shot like a ball of fire that would just go through everything. Like, it would just keep going and hit everything and actually set them on fire and cause fire damage. And one time we were playing with a rando that I didn't know, and I died and I dropped the Flame Visit, and then he saw it and he picked it up and he left.
Oh no!
Yeah, what an asshole.
Quote a YouTube video. Take my mount. Yes, I want it. I worked so hard to get that flamethrower. Take it.
Let's see. Should I?
Oh, but that sucks, man.
It really did.
And that was like a super ultra rare drop. You could not find it again.
I wouldn't call it super ultra rare. It's so if you look at the items, all of them have like a star rating. So you see those stars. So
as common as they get.
Yeah, this is as common as they get. So a flame visit is a 9-star weapon. So it's not that rare, but it's pretty rare.
I was gonna say that looked like a 10-star rating, so 9 out of 10.
Well, there's those stars don't actually show the limit of where it actually goes to. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4,
of rarity.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it actually goes beyond 10.
Oh, okay.
It's
well, in that case,
it's kind of a trick because it makes you think like, oh, I've found everything there is to find, and then you find something rare, and you're like, holy shit, this is an 11-star rare. So I think that 12 is the highest.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, I'm pretty
sure. So it's up
highest.
there.
Yeah, it's one of it's the lowest tier rare that you can find. But when you're at hard difficulty in PSO, that's when you start finding the 9-star rare items. It's not until very hard that you start finding the upper echelons. Now, actually, in this version of PSO, I'm not sure that it even gets up to 11 or 12 stars. Because in GameCube, there was another mode called Ultimate Mode. And the cool thing about Ultimate Mode is that the enemies actually change entirely. Like, Lumas become these weird turtle-looking things. And they just have... Well, they have different attacks for one thing. Like, some things will spit Megid at you. And Megid is basically an instant death spell. And it usually works unless you have a really high dark resistance.
Hilda-Bear.
Yeah, the Hilda-Bears drop... Or the Hilda-Bears become these... I think it's something like a Go Hilda-Bear. I can't remember the name. But they just, when they do their little thing, they cast lightning, and it hurts a lot. Like, it can just instantly kill you. But in any case, in Ultimate, that's where you start getting into the like 11 and 12-star rares. You get like the best rare items from there. I'm a monkey. Oh,
a mounchie.
Dang it. Come on, monkey, die. Thank you. Come again. Thank you for shopping at Arby's. Oh, right. I don't have a weapon equipped. That's also probably why I was doing such little damage. Oh, boy. Okay, so that teleporter actually took us to the end part of the level. But it did give us some stuff to feed our mag at least. Unfortunately, it's not going to really do much for us. Because I'm definitely not going to use those mono fluids to feed into my mag. I need to feed them to myself. So these little Mothmans are a perfect example of what to use lightning on. Ooh. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Because no matter where they're... Because they tend to fly around and dodge and weave and stuff, so that's perfect. Not to mention, this does a lot of damage to the actual Monest itself. And the Papa fluid. Die already! There we go. Oops. Well, we got lots of goodies. Here's hoping one of these... Ah, damn it. Here's hoping one of these has a telepipe in it so I can go back to town. Did you have... What were your favorite Dreamcast games? Since you asked me what mine were.
Well, I'm very glad you asked. I never got a chance to play a Dreamcast game back in its heyday, but that being said, I remember getting one several years ago just to play Grandia 2, because I was such a huge fan. I still am, of the original game.
And now you can play it on the Switch.
And now you can play it on the Switch, you can still play it on Steam, but back then, it wasn't that accessible. So, and from what I've heard, the PlayStation 2 version was just buggy, problematic, so I decided to go with the version that everybody liked.
And then Grandia 3 was just awful.
I played a little bit of it the other day, and I honestly did not know what I was looking at.
I actually have
Combat system is still intact, but it was just a nonsensical mess.
Yay, level 4, and for some reason we didn't get the Wee Wee Wiener music.
And Extreme tried to, it tried to make combat pretty much the whole game, and have it revolve around 2 towns. Pretty much, RPG battles the game, and that definitely upped the challenge a little bit. Today, it's nothing special, but back then, I would have loved the heck out of Grandia 2.
I've gotten a little bit of the way through Grandia. I need to get back to it eventually. It's one of those games where the battle system just feels way too similar to other games from the era, so I tend to get a little bored of it. But I love the story, and I love the personality that it has.
For sure.
Oh shit!
It was
That's a trap.
it was the game that made me appreciate RPGs as a whole, and it taught me that I did not have to love Final Fantasy to like a good RPG.
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy certainly paved the way for a lot of tropes that we see in RPGs. But there's certainly more RPGs out there that deserve a look.
Oh, for sure.
Not Breath of Fire though. Breath of Fire can go die in a fire.
Oh, you don't like Breath of Fire?
Breath of Fire 3 is okay, but the original Breath of Fire was just really boring for me. I guess it's not the worst game, but when I did my stream of it, I got so bored of it.
I understand. A lot of grinding, a lot of exploration, not a whole lot going on in between.
Like I've always hated games that sorry, yawning. I've always hated games that have an overworld where like every 3 or 4 steps you get attacked.
Oh.
Because when you're trying to figure out where to
Yeah.
go, especially when you're dealing with some cryptic hint saying like, hey, you need to go north of this village that you've never been to before, and it's like, cool, where's that village at? Hell if I know.
Look at all that blood you left behind.
Yeah, who would have thought that little Hitler would do so much damage? Little Hitler.
And what I especially loved about the first Grandia was that I would consider it a entry-level RPG, but it wasn't too easy either, because at that point the only other RPG I've ever played, my first one in fact, was Super Mario RPG. And this was back when I truly understood and appreciated how RPGs worked.
I love Mario RPG so much. That game will always have a place in my heart.
Same here.
I played that game instead of going to prom. Middle school.
How long ago was that?
A very long time ago.
I was gonna say by 1996 I was I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah, I was at the tail end of middle school. Oh shit! I didn't mean to cast Barda.
Oh, your ice!
But yeah, so in middle school, I had one of those situations where, girls like, ooh, you want to go to the middle school prom with me? And it's like, yeah, sure. And then you show up and they're like, ha ha, you thought I was serious? So I just went home and I played Super Mario RPG, and it was probably more interesting than that girl could ever be in her entire life. I'm sure that she's probably in some unfulfilled marriage now where her husband rather watch football than look at her. And honestly, I'm happy for her. Yeah, on your knees. Yeah, so unfortunately the game wasn't nice to us and it didn't give us a telepipe back to town. So this is
boss.
this is probably not going to end well.
You are level 4.
Yeah. Ooh, my mag leveled up though.
All right.
And I got a photon blast. So that's
Guardian.
Yeah, photon blast is essentially like a limit break. And hey, I mean we got some defense out of it, but not much. Like 2 points.
Which reminds me, I've got to finish 7 Remake sometime.
Yeah.
Now that I finally conquered Phantom Aqua.
Yeah, I still need to do that too. So I don't have a telepipe. That sucks. 'Cause I really want to go back to town and sell some of this stuff. Ooh, I got an anti-spell.
What's the anti-spell again?
It's healing essentially, or it removes status effects. Oh, that's another fun thing. So with Resta at level 1, it just heals you, and when you get to higher levels, you heal people in a bubble around you. Same thing with
Oh no, it's a Dargon! It's Dargonheart, it's Sean Connery!
So usually this fight is best done with a handgun so that you can keep your distance. But we're just gonna spam lightning on him. Ow.
Oh!
Yeah, that hurt.
I was gonna say, lightning didn't seem to have that much of an effect on him.
It doesn't. Bard is the best one to use, but unfortunately, he's gonna be in the air a lot.
I can remember the days on how much trouble I had with this guy.
Fortunately, his attacks are fairly easy to dodge. I say that as I take a hit of damage.
Show me the way.
So I'm just gonna pop my Monomate right now. So basically, you gotta get him to fall over so that you can deal some damage to him while he's on the ground.
A little pre-monster hunter.
Unfortunately, when he falls down, he can actually hurt you just by falling on you.
Oh yeah.
Even
I remember
when
getting so cocky and then he fell on top of me and I died.
Yeah, even when he dies, he can fall on you and kill you.
Take you with him to his grave.
Man, he is a sniper today.
Like I say, all these years later, and it looks like it hasn't gotten any easier.
Yeah, I will likely die. Oh, there we go. Got him on the ground.
You stunned him. That's it. Freeze his butthole shut.
No, don't freeze my asshole shut. Oh, shit.
I need to poop.
Chill out. Hey, Batman. Chill out. I'm Dr. Freeze, get it?
Iceman cometh. The audience leaveth.
It's Turbo Time. Oh shit, the wrong movie. By the way, Batman, come see my new movie. It's called Jingle All the Way. In theaters this summer. For some reason.
Oh, by the way, put that cookie down.
It's a Christmas movie, but I'm showing it in the summertime. Isn't that funny?
No, not my butthole again. Quit freezing me.
In a moment, I'm gonna be out of magic, and I'm gonna have no way to fill it back up again. So now I'm just gonna have to whack him. And hope he doesn't
around the
step on
rosy.
me.
I was gonna say, your cane seems to hurt his eyes a little bit. 12 on that second attack.
Yeah, Kane's actually not doing too awful, but if he falls when I'm sitting here, he's probably gonna kill me.
He doesn't seem to be attacking you all that much right now.
Nope. I mean, I haven't even gotten him to his second phase yet. In his second phase, he's gonna drill underground and start spinning around the arena.
Oh, I remember that. Jeez.
Fortunately, the pattern is relatively easy to remember. He usually just goes around in a circle on the edge. And then you can just kind of wait for him to come. Yeah, oh, he didn't hit me.
Oh. What about the head?
Oh yeah, I could go hit him in the head. It just takes time to run over there. That is like useful weapon.
There you go. Hit him where it matters. Very good. Landed a few solid hits on them.
And honestly, from how much I've played Monster Hunter, I get into this state where when he screams, I expect that my character's going to stop and cover their ears.
Oh, yeah.
So there's actually...
You have his pattern down.
Yeah. But if he falls on me, I'm fucked. And like I said, there is a really neat trick in the GameCube version. I don't know if it works here or not. I don't know if it's like in this version of the fight. It might be in a special event. But there's actually one where there's a secret where one player can actually control the dragon.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
There was a
little glitch.
We're in the second part now. So now we
Looks
gotta
like it.
watch out for him. But yeah, so there was a quest called Towards the Future where it was basically a boss rush for the most part. And there was this terminal before the dragon fight where you could actually, if one of your players activated it, you would actually be able to control the dragon. And the Towards the Future event, which was an online-only event, unfortunately, had a really interesting concept to it. It was basically a speed run, because you were trying to get through the bosses as quickly as you could. And if you beat them all within 30 minutes, you got this item called the Red Ring, which is basically a shield. And most things in this game, like, you notice I equipped the barrier and you don't actually see a physical shield in my hands. It was one of the few exceptions to that rule where when you equipped it, you would actually see a red ring on your wrist. But the cool thing about the red ring was that if you equipped it and there was somebody of the opposite gender near you, you both would get an attack bonus. Oh shit!
Oh! He was headed right to you.
Yeah, and I don't have anything.
Are you out of healing?
I'm out of everything.
You are.
Yeah, so chances are he's probably gonna kill me. I mean, he's in the second half, so it's a possibility I might kill him, but I might also die in the process.
Well, let's just see what happens.
Or he might step on me like
Famous
that.
last. Oh. Little Hitler did not prevail that day.
Nope. That's why I wish I could have had a telepipe. But telepipes are expensive, and I don't make that kind of money yet. Oh, well, at least I have some stuff to sell.
Yeah.
Like all this shit that I can't use.
Yeah. Away with the dagger.
I already have Foe level 1, so I don't need that. I think I'm still... Oh, I'm actually pretty close to being able to equip both the hand cannon and the pistol. And I actually have a decent amount of Masada now.
800.
So let's...
Not too shabby.
So I can absolutely buy a wand. But no, I can't, because they're both the fancy type, and I still can't equip it yet, so it doesn't matter. Shoot. Can I buy better armor yet? Soul Frame!
Yikes.
Ooh, there's one with a slot
3,000.
for 500. Nah, it's not worth it yet. Alright, so this time we need some... So first of all, I want to get my... I want to level up my mag. So I'm going to buy 10 of these to help level up my dexterity.
I'm going to say anti-paralysis?
Yeah, because that's what you use for dexterity. I'm going to buy 2 of these, and I'm probably going to sell...
That's about it.
I'm going to sell... Because as soon as I get in that room, I can pick up the cane that I dropped. So I'm going to sell that. I'm going to sell anti-level 2, because I don't even have anything... There's no monster that poison me just yet. Not until the caves. And then I'll buy 2 more mana fluids. And now I should be set. I think I can kill it this time. In fact, let's feed this guy. So yeah, see, it fills up his... It feeds his dexterity. So now I have an extra point of dexterity. Or at least I should. I don't think I'm able to equip the handgun yet, though. Yeah, I'm off by 5 points, so I'd have to level that up quite a bit. So we're just gonna go in there punchy and grab my cane and stuff, and then I guess we'll just start beating on his legs and we'll reserve our magic for healing ourselves. Whoops, wrong forest.
Nah.
It's okay, I'll just go back out again.
I was going to say, you sure you want to work your way up again? Maybe level up to 5?
There's not going to be any monsters, they're all dead still.
Oh. I thought they respawned.
Nope, they do not respawn, unfortunately. So another thing is, as the levels go on, so in the forest you only have 2 parts to it. In the caves you have 3. And I want to say the mines have... No, I think the mines also have 3. They might have 4. And I know that the ruins have 3 parts to them. The boss in the mines is the one that really gives me the Destiny vibes. If you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know which one I'm talking about? The one that's in the mines, the monster, the final boss.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I'm not sure.
Its name is Volopt. It's basically this robot thing that's hanging from the ceiling, and it's got these 2 pods to either side that you have to kill.
Oh. Yeah. Some Wrath of the Machine vibes.
And it's got a freaking amazing soundtrack to it as well. Did you fart?
No, that's my chair. It's starting to creak.
That's what they all say.
I will have to invest in a NASCAR gaming chair, whatchamacallit, someday.
I just need to invest in a cylinder for mine because mine is,
I've had this thing since 2011.
Oh, please, oh, thank God. Give me my shit back. And punch the air just because. Oh man, Dragon, you're so fucked this time. Because I'm prepared. Of course, I need to get out of your way before you start walking again. Yeah, I honestly don't think my magic does any more than my cane does. But I might
Just
as
a
well
little bit at a time.
Might as well get some free shots in on him while he's in the air. Or just focus on not getting hit by fire spells. I'm pretty sure this guy takes more damage from Barda than anything else because he's a freaking fire dragon.
I was gonna say, this time when you stun him,
Ow.
freeze his head. Ooh!
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. I'm stuck inside of him.
Well,
I'm just gonna have to whack at his
beat his
teeth.
butthole till he gets back up.
Have you?
I'm getting some Dino Crisis 3 vibes where they point the camera at the dinosaur's butthole.
Have you played any games on your? Have you played any homebrew on your PS TV?
I haven't had the chance since you gave it to me, but I definitely want to play Metal Gear Acid again. That is one game I never thought I'd ever be able to play again.
That was one of the few games I never thought that I would like, and it really ended up being a cool game.
Say that again? You kind of broke off there.
Oh, sorry. I said it was one of those games I never thought I would like, but I ended up being really surprised.
Oh, me too. The first one was incredibly slow, especially during the final fight, but the sequel definitely improved on that aspect, as well as the cel-shaded graphics.
Actually, it looks like my cane does more damage.
I guess so. Never mind. Forget that idea.
I think it's because this cane has the property that makes it stronger against native monsters, which he is. But yeah, you should do a stream with Metal Gear Acid. That'd be cool.
And Twisted Metal Head On. That's another game I'd love to play again.
Is Metal Gear Acid one that was actually available on the PlayStation Store for Vita?
Unfortunately, no.
Well, see, aren't you glad you got modded? Now you can play it.
I sure am. Yep, the only games you could play were Peace Walker and Portable Ops and Portable Ops Plus, and that's about it. Officially.
Portable Ops was like a tactical game, right?
Say that again?
Portable Ops was a tactical game, right?
No, it was. It tried to be more like. It tried to be more like the main games. You could control your character. Controls were a little wonky, but they worked.
I know Peace
And I
Walker.
think that was the first of its kind to recruit soldiers by knocking them out and dragging them all the way to your truck. Thank God for Peace Walker's parachute system.
Yep, and thank God it wasn't a pachinko machine.
Yeah.
Thanks, Konami. Honestly, like, the only thing Konami's done that's made me happy recently is the TurboGrafx 16 Mini.
It looks rad as hell. I'd
Yeah.
love to get one.
Yeah, you're gonna have to order it from Japan to do that. Fortunately,
Yep.
though, it's Amazon, so it'll still essentially be Amazon shipping, so you don't have to worry about that restriction that they have in Japan right now, where they're limiting the number of mail flights going out. Ow!
Oh!
We're lucky that wasn't a crit.
Here he comes again. Oop, yeah, he's up in the air.
He can launch himself up your butt, too.
You know, I'm kind of begging them to make a port to Snatcher and Police Knots, because with point-and-click games and especially visual novels becoming prevalent these days, why not reintroduce the games that kind of paved the way?
It seems like it would probably actually be really easy to do a fan remake of Snatcher instead. Oops, why'd I use an anti-paralysis? Oh yeah, that's another fun little trick. So later on, later on,
He did a hard curve on you.
Yeah. Later on, there's gonna be traps that show up, and normally when a trap is triggered and you're walking under it, like, you stop moving. But if you open the menu like that, you'll just keep moving. So you can just run through a room that's full of traps and just have the menu open, and none of them will do anything to you. Come on, die for me. Just do it.
Oh, I'm not feeling like it.
Oh, please don't die where I'm... Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, right in front of you.
Oh, shit!
Again.
I just need to keep an eye on where he's coming from.
He's at the...
Oh, you bastard! Came from behind. Whoa, that was close too. Fortunately, we have that little mini map up there to help a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking at.
Now, if you're standing where he erupts from the ground, you're just straight fucked. There's no, like, you're dead if that happens. Especially as a force. I am not a force to be reckoned with.
Come on, baby.
Come on. Die.
What do you...
Please die. Or just jump into the ground
Or
some
just
more.
do that whole ground thing again. That's fine.
The other bad thing is that the places where he jumps into the ground and jumps out of the ground, those spots actually hurt you. Oh
Yeah.
shit. I walked into that one.
Come on, baby.
In fact, I
Right.
think in these cases it's actually better to just run around the outside. Because he starts from the out. Nope, never mind.
He knows your tricks.
I'm about to have a photon blast though, so that ought to do some pretty good damage to him.
Yeah, that ought to turn the tide.
I mean, he's almost dead, I'm thinking, because he's on the second half of the fight, based on the way.
If it'll hold still.
Oh, never mind.
All right!
Didn't even
Hit
get to.
Troy!
Didn't even get to do my thing. Oops. He fell
Oh,
on
well.
me. Did I
You killed
die?
Dragonheart, and that's all that matters.
Nope, I didn't die.
I was gonna say, in the middle of a cutscene.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I could have moved out from under him too.
Nah, I didn't.
Ooh, a telepipe, just when I don't need it. And here, just because I can, then I'm not going to be able to take it with me.
Ooh.
I think this just gives me buffs. Well, it's supposed to give me buffs. But it didn't.
Maybe?
Nope, it didn't give me any buffs. I think it probably at best healed me. Ooh, Zalor. That's a buff. Yeah, I'll definitely be using that.
Look at all that booty you're getting.
A mystery sword.
Die fluid?
Fortunately, I can't use swords. That's a shame.
Not yet, anyway.
Well, I can't.
Oh.
A
I was gonna
force,
say sabers, yes.
Force can never use a sword, unfortunately.
Hmm.
There, we made it. We have a lot of money, actually.
Then you can report to the principal and say, "Hey, I killed a Dargon. Aren't you proud of me?" "Yes, I am, little Hitler. Good job."
Yeah, and you know, if you don't talk to him before you quit, you actually have to do it again.
Ah, that sucks.
It does. So
What a harsh
Ooh,
punishment. Just because you forget to do it before saving.
A frame with a slot, that's awesome. So,
A mystery sword.
and we don't have any. Oh, there's Ante. With level 1, I'll buy that for sure.
Aw.
And then take 4 more of those for feeding to my leg. So for that sword, we have to talk to this guy over here. So unfortunately, he can lie to you. Panic sword. Oh god, it's a sword. So
He can lie to you?
yeah, he can lie to you and tell you it's something that's not. But fortunately, this time I think he actually told the truth, because if it's not true, it plays a sound after you say that you believe him.
I was gonna say, how would you know if he's lying to you?
Yeah, like I said, there's an audio cue that'll tell you they lied.
I wouldn't want it to be a gamble.
Alright, so let's see. Yeah, so now I have a slot. I don't know if I
Alright.
I don't know if I can buy things to put in that slot yet though. Yeah, this guy isn't selling stuff yet, unfortunately. So now, yeah, like you said, we talked to the guy and
The head honcho.
yeah, the principal. Even though that's a really weird name for a guy who runs a ship.
Oh, it is the principal. I was right. Thought I was making a high school joke.
The dragon, it didn't attack you, did it? Well, yeah, it's a dragon.
Continue investigating, please.
A huge dragon, no data.
I love it. You kill a dragon? Oh, that's neat. Continue investigating.
That's one
A
thing.
little bit of lore.
That's one thing I don't miss from late '90s video games. That deadpan, unblinking stare. Like, at least these guys, like, they have glasses on, so you can't tell that they're just staring at you. Yeah, unfortunately, back in these days, you didn't really have a lot of games that had, like, textures that changed, I feel like, especially, I guess, in an online game.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
I'm trying to remember if in Sonic Adventure, if Sonic blinked.
He did, on occasion. The NPCs, on the other hand, they were just mannequins.
Yeah, they still look better than the ones in Sonic 06, though.
Yeah. They just made the same moving animations when you talk to them. Oh, God. I wanted that game to be good. I remember getting excited for it. It was such a letdown.
Yeah, I believe these guys here make a return. Oh shit! They make a return in Phantasy Star Online too. For sure they.
Walking sharks.
Yeah, for sure they make a reappearance in the Phantasy Star games on the PlayStation or the PSP.
And it's a big flower.
And I'm.
Oh, you're poisoned.
Yeah, so here's a fun thing. So if I get close to him, he paralyzes me, but that gets rid of the poison. So now I can use anti-paralysis to heal it.
That's interesting.
Because you can only have one status effect at a time. Now, fortunately, those things die pretty quick.
Oh, you got 3 bogeys coming at you.
These guys do not like fire a lot. They take even more damage than the boomers did.
I have a feeling those pal sharks aren't really your pals.
No, and they're a little bit slower than NTSC sharks. Get it?
Video jokes.
Hello, you. I'm Guru Larry, and that was a video format joke about the UK. Oh shit. A little mini dragon. They're called nano dragons.
Well, he's mad you killed his dad.
Well, no, that's a nano dragon. But fortunately, they really hate lightning, and if you spam it, they can't even move, and it interrupts their attack. Oh shit!
Gee.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit.
He's got a lot of hit. There we go. He had a lot of hit points.
Yeah, I mean, we're also in this level a little bit early, probably. Oh, that's right, I have dye fluids. Yeah, now's about the time you actually start making use of dye fluids and dye mates, because at level 5 your magic points are high enough that they're worth using. But it looks like it's probably feeding time for the Meg.
Pre-trap. You wanna?
Yeah, definitely want to feed it anti-paralysis. Unfortunately, because it leveled up, it stops responding as quickly to what I'm feeding it.
No, it's a shark and a praying mantis.
Yeah, the praying mantis freezes you in place, so we don't want to get stuck by him.
Oh!
Like that. Can't even turn around. And
No!
yeah, as if I had a choice.
I was gonna say, if only you had somebody to pick you up.
Yep. Thus is the plight of not playing online. Oh, did baby have a wolf time? 9! Oh yeah, 9, 9, 9, 9! I should have called her Hitler Chan.
You can't change your name?
Nope.
Oh.
Sorry, why Hitler Chan does? Nine, doesn't it?
Even though it came out later, it's giving me some Magmore Cavern vibes.
Whatever the opposite of Segoy is, nah. Eat shit and die.
Get him back for freezing you in place.
That's what you get for sealing my asshole with webs and stuff.
Oh, you just made him mad. Oh, now he's dead.
I made him dead. Oh no, flowers.
Flowey.
I really need the. Oh no! That's not what I wanted to do.
I was gonna say the fire wasn't quite in range.
Yeah, I actually accidentally let go of the trigger, so I just did an attack instead.
You're gone.
Die. Ow!
Ow!
Oh, and that's one of the worst sharks. Yeah, isn't that cool how that ice spell works? Like,
goes right through them.
Yeah, like I want to see more of stuff like that in games because I don't see a lot of MMOs that have this kind of combat anymore. I don't know if it's for the better though. Oh, that's right. He doesn't like lightning. Ooh, a marksman.
What about Final Fantasy 14 or?
Oh yeah, they do kind of have that, don't they? So
I don't know for sure.
So here is a material. So marksman arm minus. So it only gives you a boost of 1.
Accuracy wise.
Yep, and then there's elf arm. That's like really awesome. Then there's I don't remember what comes after elf, but I know that ultimately like the best one is god arm, and that raises it a shit ton.
My arm.
But eventually there's a like obviously like a regular marksman arm, and then marksman arm plus and marksman arm plus plus. So a marksman arm plus plus is ideally what we would like to have. But we're very unlikely to find one of those yet. I'm actually really lucky I even got that. I'm just hoping I can start having enough money lying around to actually be able to afford mono fluids. Oh shit. Speaking of which,
dry.
haha! I drink a Pepsi, now I'm better. Oh geez, these things. Bleep, bloop, blurp, smash.
Smash! Like I say, Magmore Cavern vibes in here.
What is that from?
Metroid Prime. The lava level.
Oh, right. It's been a while.
Oh, I forgot about this part. You're in the dark.
Yeah, I gotta turn on the lights. Oh, they're regular ones. Only fire on them. Yeah, so like I was talking about in ultimate difficulty, the flowers become these. I can't remember what they're called. I think they're oblilies or something like that, and they become something that cast Megid. Like instead of casting poison, they cast Megid. So if you're on the receiving end of it, yeah, the instant death spell.
M-E-G-A-N.
M-E-G-I-D. Megid.
Oh, I thought you said Megan.
No, it's not named.
Like, wow.
It's not named after Chris Chan's ill-fated love interest.
If that's not a fate worse than death, I don't know what is.
I mean, I heard that apparently the two of them are actually on good terms now.
That's good.
Like,
I remember for the longest time she wanted nothing to do with him.
Yeah, he's apparently apologized to her, and he's like, I mean, you have to admit, that other than some of the crazy shit he's done, and just the crazy shit he talks about now. He's probably,
Yeah.
I would say he's a much better person than he used to be.
Last I heard, he tried getting on good terms with her when he was talking about the so-called dimensional merge. And,
Yeah, I wonder when that's supposed to happen.
supposedly we're supposed to meet our OCs, and there will be super villains, and we must panic, but at the same time we must not panic.
And Jesus is an OC, right?
Yes. Chris is an OC, and he's claiming we're all OCs. I'm like, okay.
So in other words, someone created us.
You don't say.
I mean, I can't imagine anyone creating something like me on purpose.
I mean, if you want to get technical, yeah, you are an OC of your parents.
Yeah, that's true. But once again, when I think of an OC, I think of, like, you know, a fan fiction where it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna make this super hot guy, but I'm gonna make him bald and fat. He's gonna have glasses. Did I mention he's fat?
He's gonna be a brilliant software producer.
Yeah, not that that really counts for much in the in a fan fiction.
I don't know. I mean, Otacon's pretty smart, and he gets, well,
I don't know.
he gets
Otacon,
some tail before they die off.
I mean, he wets himself several times,
He cries a lot.
and his sister wets herself. It runs in the family.
Yeah, he had an affair with his stepmother.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
sad
really,
story,
that was
bro.
really, that was really convoluted.
Yeah, the story was a convoluted mess, but I still loved MGS2.
Yeah, I honestly feel, or at least from what I read, they really did end up in a situation where they, like, he did just this really ambitious game design where you were able to shoot watermelons and all kinds of shit, and then, like, after all of that, like, the game was coming time to come out, and it's like, well, shit, what do we do? Like, what should the game be like? And it's like, well, let's just make some shit
We
up.
could make it about memes and censorship, which, to his credit, it does have some relevance these days.
Yeah, ahead of its time, too.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people didn't get it, myself included, but now that I look at it after all these years, he really called it.
And he called it Metal Gear.
Metal Gear 2.
Oh,
So
shit,
I did
yes.
some digging, and it turns out that the HD collection cannot be played on the PS TV, which is kind of a bummer, because I would have loved to stream
Really?
the
Yeah?
MSX games that are on them.
Are
So,
you sure
I'll have
about
to use
that?
the PS3 for that instead.
Are you sure about that, though?
I am very sure.
Be-
I checked the official list of PS TV compatible games, and
Yeah, but you have yours is modded. It'll play the ones it says it can't.
but I own a physical copy of the game.
Oh, well, just download one then. I mean, in fact, considering the fact that you own a physical copy of the game, that makes you in the right to do so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they just didn't make it PSTV compatible because they're losers. Okay, they're not losers, but
Losers.
like, for example, one of the games that's PSTV non-compatible is the Dracula X Chronicles game, and there's no reason that that game. Ooh, level up. Wee, 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 wee. There's no reason that that game can't be PSTV compatible.
That's true, especially since it came with the original Symphony of Night and Rondo of Blood, too.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, the games that they didn't make PSTV compatible were done for bureaucratic reasons. They weren't done for, like, legit reasons. So I'm pretty sure that you can play it.
I will definitely give it a look.
Yeah, just use that. Remember the program I told you about? Package,
Yes, of course.
Package J. Just try that and see if it'll let you. Oh, I came from here.
If not,
Because I'm pretty sure you can.
I was just saying, if not, I have a PS3 copy as well, so I can just use that instead.
Oh shit, that's a trap. Oh, in fact, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be traps in this next room, too. Oh, wait, no, this is the big room. So this here is how you can tell you're going the right way. If you see this room, you're absolutely going the right way.
Watch out for those guys coming up
Yeah,
behind you.
I was gonna say, let me see if I can kill this guy before his friends come and punch me in the ass.
More like slice your head back open.
Ow.
Oh, I completely missed that. It's stuttering on this end.
Stuttering?
Not on Twitch, mind you, but on Discord. There would be occasional pauses, and I would miss them. It's probably on my end.
Maybe. It's hard to say.
Your eye isn't.
I hate how the flowers laugh at you. It's like, haha, asshole.
Flowey before flowery.
They really are. Ooh, I can equip sabers now. Da, da, da.
Alright, Saber.
Alright, now I'm going to kill this guy, and then I'm going to use my telepoop to go and sell things and see what I can get.
And that's the boss room over there?
Nope, boss room's nowhere close to us, but... Because
Where does that take you?
So, we're only on the first of 3 parts of the caves. The caves are probably the longest part in the entire game.
Where does that take you? The Sinnoh portal.
Oh, the next... The door that's over there, because that's not a portal, that's just that's a hole.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, the door just takes us further into Caves 1, but we're almost to the end of Caves 1 at this point, I think. Yeah, but way back when, this was super irritating because this was one of the places where you could find some of the most rare weapons available. For example, the Sange, or no, the Sange katana, because that was essentially half of one of the rarest weapons, which was the Sange and Yasha. You had to have both of them in order to get that combined weapon. Ow.
Oh.
So yeah. And you basically had to come do this over and over and over and over again to try to get that, and it had a very low drop chance. Unfortunately. Whiff.
That's something I completely forgot about using
Ow.
the saber, is that it would miss sometimes, even though it would look like a direct hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, especially for a force that doesn't have... There's a stat that affects how well you're able to hit things.
Are you out of monomates?
I am out of a lot of things, yes. I'm hitting these boxes to see if I can get
Oh, there's
some.
one.
Yeah, granted, I should probably just take the telepipe. In fact, I'm going to do just that.
You don't want to finish them off first?
Oh, I have a die mate. Oh, and a die fluid. Never mind.
I was gonna say, you have a few monomates left from what I just saw.
Yeah, but once again, it's more because I thought I didn't have any fluids to finish them off with. There, now they're dead.
Ta-da!
And now I can't remember which way I came from.
I think there. Because the other side's locked, isn't it?
No.
Oh, not anymore.
I think it's
that
this way.
door you're facing is where you came from.
We'll find out. No, it's not.
Oh, no, it's not. Never mind.
Yeah, but anyway, this is as good of a time as any to go back to town. Or I can...
Or
this guy.
take the grass assassin on. Grass assassin.
The ass assassin. So there's actually a rare drop from him where you get his arms as slicers. Basically daggers.
They can walk through the boxes. Cheaters.
They don't care about physics. I mean, it would be kind of cool if they were able to like knock them around. So when you're online, those switches you saw over there, you absolutely have to have 4 people to open those.
So that's what they were for.
Yeah, so I can step on these and open it. Now there is a trick. Let me see if it still works. There used to be a trick here to get through these doors.
Oh, you're gonna try and glitch your way through?
Yeah.
One thing I forgot to mention was that about the GameCube version was there was a Sega game called Beach Spikers, which my big brother was a huge fan of. And if you had a game save from Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2, you would have the customizable option to make the girls look like an elf from that game if you had a save file. That's a neat little thing.
Yeah, there was other stuff like that too, like with episode.
And I think with Sonic Adventure 2, you would have a blue hair option to look like the quills.
With episode 3, you were able to get a bunch of stuff too.
Oh yeah? Oh, I love stuff like that. To kind of entice you into getting extra stuff for playing the earlier games.
Yeah, I want to say that you could even do the same thing with PSO on the GameCube as well. I can't remember exactly how to do this, but I just remember that because there's essentially this invisible wall between you and the door, and if you can get yourself through it, you can glitch through the door. Of course, that might have been fixed in version 2. Tell you what, look it up for me real quick.
What do you want to look up?
Just look up like Phantasy Star 2 door glitch.
What's the name of this level? Do you remember?
I mean, it's any door, really. It's not just the doors in the caves. Because I'm pretty sure it involved kicking your way through. Because as you can see, like right here at the corner, it's like super glitchy. If you walk in at an angle, it glitches.
Looking.
I mean, it doesn't really matter that much because
Yeah.
ultimately I can, when you're playing single player, you can just step on all of them and it'll open it.
PSO2 allows crossplay between 5 platforms. That's awesome.
Yep, and I'm pretty sure that means that your account exists between all of them too.
Yes. I remember you pretty much had to make an account the first time you played it, and that pretty much alluded to it.
Yep. Ooh, another telepoop. Feed that mag. Oops, didn't mean to feed a monomate. Damn it.
Monosodium glutamate.
Yeah, that's funny. That's actually what I was thinking. Pop a telepoop.
Whoosh!
So here's a fun fact about the telepipe. So if you are in a room of monsters and use a telepipe and you come back, the monsters in that room will all like respawn again. But the thing is if there's like with some monsters, there are rare varieties of them. And every time you telepipe back into a room, it will telepipe different versions of those monsters in, potentially.
Oh.
So one of the things that you can do to get better stuff, like if you're farming for a specific monster, is you can actually keep telepiping out and back in again until you get what you want to drop. Like the monster to show up, essentially. So, man,
Got a lot of set to burn.
Yeah, we got a lot of money now. And as it turns out, our inventory was actually full. So let's see if we can get something better now. So I can certainly buy a wand, but I'm still a ways off from being able to use it. But I'm still gonna buy it. Dim saber. I can't afford that yet. But maybe this guy has some materials now. Nope. But he has the next frame I'll be able to equip at level 10. Whoops. Kicked my microphone. I mean, I kicked my camera.
Oh, I saw that.
So doing pretty good. And since we have all this extra money, we're going to go deposit it in the bank so that we don't drop it.
You don't have any mystery items to decode?
Not at the moment.
That's another thing Destiny has in common with it. Only Destiny always tells you the truth. You don't always have to gamble.
Oh, that's true. Guardian, what buttholes do you wear? Why do I have this? I thought I sold... Oh, wow. A frame with 2 slots. Yes, I will be equipping that at once.
More slots.
Blah. And sort. So I'm gonna show you another glitch if I can get it to work. So this character here, you can kind of get her to walk over towards the shop counter by just continuing to talk to her.
Oh.
And if you can get her over by the shop counter, you can actually make it so that you're talking to her and the shopkeeper at the same time. And then that lets you have 2 menus open at the same time, which lets you dupe things and do all sorts of other fun tricks, like stacking weapons. So I'm gonna see if this actually still works. I mean, it worked in the GameCube version, so I'm assuming it would work here.
That blue counter?
Yeah, any of them really. You just need to get it so that you're talking to both of them at the same time.
Looks like you're guiding her along.
No, I really don't remember the second half of this trick though.
I think once you get her on the blue platform, if you get her on that blue platform,
oh well, she's still close.
You could somehow... Although when you talk to her, she comes to you.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh! Get back up there.
Yeah, there you go, see?
Well done. I thought you had to get her to fuse onto the desk.
Alright, so clearly I messed it up.
Whoa. Uh-oh. Have you met the Tiggers? Yeah, I'll buy that. And that warped you to the center of the room.
I'm trying to remember how to... Oh wait, I think it's because I can walk around while I have both of them open. Because when you finish talking to her, it unlocks your position.
Mm-hmm. What are you trying to do when you get them both open? Whoa.
Yeah, see, I was able to walk across the room.
Oh, that's what you were doing.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember exactly what it is I have to do to get it so that I can actually see what I'm doing. I think I have to walk... I think I might actually have to walk over to a second shop counter and get 2 of those windows open in order to do it.
Oh wow! I think
There we go. That's how we do it.
Welcome back to Breaking Games with the True King of Space.
And then you gotta go in here and you gotta essentially
deposit a barrier. Or take it.
Actually, hold on. So I got deposit item. And as you can see, my other menu is there in the background.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
So I'm trying to remember exactly how to do this. So, alright, I'm going to deposit that telepipe. Alright, so now I should be able to close the guard shop window. Or maybe not. So I know I need to deposit. I know I need to deposit something and take something at the same time.
Nice.
I can't remember exactly how to do it, but basically the idea is you take something and you deposit something at the same time. Like if I wanted to, I could duplicate that marksman arm so that I could actually equip my handgun. Because at this point, I don't really have anything that's really worth duplicating other than that. But I can't remember the last step. I just know that you have to get it so that you have two menus open, and then somehow you get it to where you have the bank open twice.
Shoot!
So that you're doing a deposit and a take. Or something like that. Or you somehow get that menu open. Oh, she's actually still close to the counter. Let's try that one more time.
The Halo 2 is finally here.
Oh yeah, that's right. That came out today. But you
I
have
was
to,
waiting for it to update all day.
don't you have to pay like $40 though to get the whole thing just to have it? Because when I tried to buy it individually, it wasn't giving me the option for that.
Let me see. Let me look at store options. View. Oh, I guess that option hasn't shown up yet. I will let you know when it does.
There we go. I think that's it anyway. Okay, there we go.
I was gonna say, what are you supposed to do at the end
I've
of
got
the
it.
switch?
Alright, so basically what you do is you gotta get both of them on item. And then you just move down to the item. So there's this item, so I'm gonna drop it and deposit it, which I just did. So now if I go back and do take, oh no, that didn't quite work.
I guess it didn't work.
Okay, let's try that again.
say you see that floating around.
Yeah, I'll try doing it with something like a telepipe. So items. Oh wait. Go back. So item pack. Items. Alright, yeah, we'll do it with the telepipe. So now there should be two things. There should be yes and no in the background, so if I use up, it should drop it and deposit it. And I think I just froze the game. Yep, I froze the game.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
And it sucks because I never saved.
Oh, no!
Oh, that's okay. This was
I
a
mean,
test
I knew you were
stream.
doing a test stream, but surely all that hard work.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, this, like I said, this trick works on GameCube. It doesn't appear to work here.
Okay, getting back to the Halo thing, you get it individually on Steam. Do you do that?
Huh?
Do you intend to
Yes.
get it on Steam or on Win 10?
On Steam for sure.
Okay, because it is now available for $9.99.
Okay, I'll have to get that. That's one of my favorite Halo games.
Mine too. And I'd love for all of us to play together. You, Sweet Merlot, me, and maybe a fourth leg, if we can find one.
Yeah, like Richard, perhaps. Unfortunately, I don't think that Phantasy Star had autosave features.
Fingers crossed.
I doubt it. It's like I said, it's okay if they don't. Because this was yeah, see, level 1. That's okay. Like I said, I was pretty much done at that point anyway. I just wanted to show off that glitch.
Well, it came at a cost.
Yeah, and besides, I would rather be playing this on GameCube anyway. So when I actually do my real stream of it, that's the plan.
Little Hitler will return.
Yeah, so I guess for the time being, that will complete our stream. For now, we only had one viewer the whole time, which is probably one of us.
I've been checking, so yeah.
It's probably good. So, yep, that's it. Hopefully the audio situation worked out better this time. So until, well, actually tomorrow I'll be streaming again, so I'm not sure when I'm going to stream tomorrow because I don't really have my N64 solution quite figured out yet. So yeah, thank you. Well, if anybody's watching this on YouTube, thank you. And have a good day, and thanks for joining us, Cameron.
Likewise, it was fun.
Yep. Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.